Aloha Honolulu, Data here with episode 7 of the Honolulu Huskies Custom Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode, beginning year number 3, the 2021-2022 regular season. So let's hop straight into it and get into the comments from last episode so we can begin simulating this season. I know we're all excited to see how these lines do, all these players, all the new acquisitions in the off season we just got through the draft and free agency. So let's get into it. First comment coming from B. Adder. He says, change Rantanen to a power forward, and then make Drew Wayne a playmaker, which he already is, right? And then Carter a sniper. So he's pretty much saying change Carter to a sniper, change Rantanen to a power forward. I tried doing this. It keeps it at a +3, and actually it changes the top power play from a +5 to a +3. It reduces it because Rantanen changes to a power forward. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep the lines as they are, the player types as they are. Carter as a power forward and Rantanen as a sniper works best. They also says to always remember about overall scheme fit, player type, line roll, locker room chemistry, all that stuff. I do have morale off, so locker room chemistry doesn't really matter. Coach satisfaction is always very high no matter who you go to. Scheme fit is definitely something to look at, which is why Rantanen's on the second line and all those check marks. So I think we're following that pretty well. Second comment coming from Michael Bruno-Vaselli. He says, I don't think JFK is needed right now. In the last episode, we spoke about Jacob Forsbacka-Karlsson. He said, also keep Elvis Merzlikins in the minors and you can trade Jarry. So I did trade Jarry to the Lightning last episode, and my question is, do I put Merzlikins as a trading chip, or do I play him in the minors? Or do I trade him and Cal Peterson and Hunter Jones are the tandem there? Because Cal Peterson's pretty good. I wouldn't mind keeping him as my minor starter and just trading Merzlikins. He's been pretty garbage. Next comment coming from Louis Mallard. He says maybe upgrade Boone Jenner with Lehkonen or Vetrano. Those are two people who are on the trade blocks depending on their defensive stats. Wong is very interesting but has a lot of value, and Kajkovic, who's a prospect on Vancouver's trade block, could turn out to be something. That's true. I was looking at him. Concerning Lehkonen and Vetrano, both of their defensive stats are 2.5 stars, I believe, or even 3 stars max, but Boone Jenner is a great defensive player with 3.5 star. Plus, I already have depth in Yoel Armia. So if I were to trade for anyone, it would probably be a bigger name and not someone who's just for forward depth, because I already have that covered. But the guy on the Vancouver Canucks is definitely interesting. He is a low top 9 prospect, I think, but he's 73 overall. He has a really good shooting category. He wouldn't cost a lot to get to put in San Diego, so I may look into this here. He's low top 6, Kachkovic. Maxim Kachkovic, yeah, he is low top 6, sniper. Not a lot of trade value, so if I tried to trade for him, and let's see how much it would cost if they're interested in like my draft picks and things like that. Could I give a third for him? No, trade rejected. Not sure if this would really work. I would take him if it was really cheap. It doesn't look like they really want these prospects. I'll offer this in a third. If it doesn't go through, then I'll just, we can say we tried at least. Trade rejected? No. Okay, so forget that. Not really a big deal. And then the last comment, though, coming from Chris Chung. He says, you should attempt to trade for Trevor Wong. It is very reminiscent of Eli Tolvanen in the last franchise mode. I traded for Eli Tolvanen when he had a lot of trade value but was on the block. He became the best player in Anaheim's franchise history. Even for full trade value on the block means you can get him for cheaper, and for a valuable player like Wong, it could be worth it. Also, try your best to save space next year for a franchise player in case they do become free agents, although they would probably become RFAs, which they would. If they do, they'll be on the block if the team can't trade them, and then it would be a good idea to trade from them there. So that's down the road about the franchise players. I can't really think about that just yet. I do have the salary cap for it, but for trade value, this is what I was thinking. Trevor Wong, I could trade for him. I don't really have the assets except for one piece, which is Brandt Clarke. Brandt Clarke, I had him in the last franchise mode. I don't know if I really want him in this one. I have a lot of good elite defense like Mats Lindback and Pavel Kovalev coming in the system. I don't really need Brandt Clarke. What I was thinking was I would trade him next year for the rights to a franchise player, but it would be tough to get that franchise player because not only do I have to trade for them, I also have to sign them with the rest of my players coming up in the system. So maybe, I could do that maybe, but for now, maybe I trade Brandt Clarke for Trevor Wong. Trevor Wong does have a lot of trade value. He was the 5th overall pick in the 2021 draft just passed. He's 76 overall, medium elite, 18 years old. He is a playmaker. He's not much of a centerman himself, 76 faceoffs, but his puck skills, his shooting, his 90 passing, that is definitely something to be interested in. Because my future down the middle is always Duke Silver first line center, but Cole Perfetti is my future second line center. He's already at 80 faceoffs. So Jeff Carter, he's on borrowed time. Phil Danault, if I can keep him as my third line center long term, that's great. But, you know, even Jeremy Bracco's here, Jake Leshizin's there, Ryan Suzuki, where's Ryan Suzuki? Here he is. He's also here. So Trevor Wong doesn't have to play center. He could just be a good playmaker for us. So Brant Clark, I was trying to send through some trades earlier. I put like Brant Clark and a few random prospects, and I think they would accept that. It was pretty close. So if I offered just Brant Clark for Trevor Wong, how close is it? It isn't sufficient at all. Okay, but it is. It won't take much to get us there. Trevor Wong usually, who you have to trade. I'd have to trade like 2 first-round picks with Brant Clark because the value would be insufficient. Plus, they wouldn't want to trade him. But if I throw in some cheap guys, like let's say I throw in this guy Lee, low top 6, 19 years old, 59 overall. What do you say now, St. Louis? Trade rejected, isn't sufficient at all. So let's say I throw in this guy Lee, 59 overall, 19 years old, and we can also throw in Ryan Preck, who's 18 years old, 48 overall. What would you say to that, St. Louis? Sweeten it just a touch. Sweeten it just a touch. So I could throw in maybe another garbage prospect, like let's say Holmes even, yeah. 18 years old, 54 overall. He has a bit of value. Try to make it a bit more realistic. I throw in Holmes. St. Louis, you throw in a 4th and a 5th. What do you say to that? What do you say, St. Trade accepted. Wow. It is crazy. When they're on the block, their value goes down. Trevor Wong would cost so much, but thank you, St. Louis. Brant Clark is off to the St. Louis Blues, and Trevor Wong is in our system. That is huge. That is huge. Look at that trade value. Him and Cole Perfetti, we have a good future here, boys, in Honolulu. They're both going to be in juniors for this season, but wow, oh wow. I'm going to, do I trade Elvis Merzlikins? It's been split. There was one comment for, one comment against. If I did trade Elvis Merzlikins, let's see what I could get for him. Wouldn't be much. He's pretty trash. You know, is he on a 1-year deal, 2-year deal? Just taking up money for the next couple of years. I might as well trade him to like an Eastern Conference team for a 4th or something, but no teams want. I could get a 4th and a 7th from Calgary. I don't want to see him though. I don't want to see this guy's face ever again. 4th and a 7th from Calgary. Might as well. He's going to go be their starter over there probably and win 3 Vezinas back to back to back. Let's see if I can get a 4th and a 6th for him. He didn't turn out. I thought he would be simulate like a god like he has in other franchise modes. Let's try a 4th and a 6th. I'd give back a Tampa Bay 7th. And trade accepted. So goodbye, Elvis. Elvis has left the building. He's off to Calgary, shipping out from Honolulu. We have good salary cap. We have a good team. I am liking this, boys. We've got to look just at our contracts. Who's going to need an extension next season? Silver, of course. Klingberg's going to need an extension. He's going to want a lot of money. He doesn't want the extension. $10 million he wants. That's pretty twisted. Kubalik will want an extension. He's up to an 85 overall, so he does deserve the extension, I think. He wants like 4.2. Yeah, it's a bit expensive, but I have $26 million of extension. I can give maybe 2 years at 3. I'll probably lowball him. If he doesn't want it, then I can always give him more. But let's try 2 years at 3.650. And if he wants it, then that's cool. Moritz Seider will want an extension. He'll be a good player down the road for us. I can give him up to 5 years to keep him as an RFA. That's not bad. I could give him 5 years at like 2.750. That would be a pretty big steal, I think. And I would keep him as an RFA. Why not? Even 2.65. Nah, that's a bit too crazy. 2 years, 5. You know what? 2.850. 5 years. Let's see what Moritz says about that. And we'll stop there, and we'll just see what those two people have to say. But with all that having been done, we can now simulate a couple days and start off this season, which will be up against Johnny Beats. Oh, Kubalik. Awesome. That's a great extension. Thank you very much, Dominic. against Johnny Beats and the Philadelphia Flyers at the Wells Fargo Center to kick off year number 3. It was a tough one last season, but we are ready to go. Ryan Murray, Dougie Hamilton, Jeff Carter, all the new boys, the new faces. Jordan Binnington between the pipes. Let's get it. First period, early lead. Jake Gensel on the power play. Second period, 3-0. Kubalik with that new contract, and Duke Silver. All 3 of our goals coming on the power play as we're up 3-0. We kill off that power play from the Flyers. Power play for ourselves, killed off by Philadelphia. Oh boy, and then Clayton Keller gets one past Binnington. We still have a 2-goal lead. Getting into the late frames here. Drouin gets a goal right after killing a power play. Jonathan Drouin restores the 3-goal lead. Andrew Shaw gets one to bring them within 2 with a couple minutes left, but that won't be enough as we win our season opener 4-2 the final. Duke Silver a goal and an assist, and Jordan Binnington makes 28 saves. So let's begin simulating now. Let's get a little bit of a chunk done before we stop to look at our progress. Let's go see Elvis and the Flames. Why not? Let's go up a little bit there. And then Moritz. Wow, those are great contracts. Thanks for signing on, boys. Very happy to have you. So a couple wins to start off the season. We get shut out by the Penguins, beat the Rangers, shut out the Panthers, beat the Flyers, beat the Jets, lose to Tony Klingenberg and the Devils. Now we're up against the Flames. They're 8-1-1. We are 6-2-0. Let me guess. Elvis Merzlikins is their starting goalie. Let's see how we can do against them. First period 0-0. Second period 2-0. Blais and Gensel on Ben Bishop. Right, Ben Bishop's their goalie. Sammy Blais and Jake Gensel put us up 2-0. Phil Danault puts us up 3-0 now. As we have another power play that gets killed off. We're out shooting them 31-16. Big smiles all around. As we are looking to maybe, don't say it. Just think about it, but don't say it. Don't say it. You can think about it in your head. And we pull off the shutout. Beautiful 3-0 victory over the Calgary Flames. Binnington makes 21 saves for the shutout. Sammy Blais a goal and an assist. Jake Gensel with a goal. 3-0 win, and we are 7-2-0 on the season. Let's go see Alice Anderson and the Nashville Predators. He's one of the only 2 high franchise players that have been created. So let's see how he's looking on the Predators. Another loss to the Penguins. We beat the Islanders 5-1. We shut out the Capitals 1-0. And we beat the Blues 5-4. Our good friends, the St. Louis Blues. We're 10-3-0 up against the 6-8-0 Nashville Predators. Here we go. First period, 1-0 Predators from Kulak. Classic Kulak. Second period, oh my goodness. Jankowski, Andre Kesa, of course, the guy I traded away. And Jared McCann. We're down 4-0. Grubauer getting shellacked in there. Sheesh, nothing's happening. Just time ticking off the clock. Sheesh, Jankowski has 5 goals on 37 shots on Grubauer. Nothing from Alice Anderson. He must be racking up the assists. Let's just end it there. My goodness, 5-0. Tuukka Rask makes 34 saves. Jankowski gets 2 goals. Brett Kulak with the game winner as he scored the first. All right, chalk that one up to games to forget. That's for sure. Next on our schedule, let's go see game number 20 against D'Angelo Vickers and the LA Kings, and after that we'll take a pause to evaluate ourselves. 6-2 win against the Hawks, 3-2 overtime loss to the Vegas Golden Knights, 6-3 loss, then a 4-3 win. Okay, Hawks are 3-11-2. We just squeak out a 5-4 shootout win against them. Kings are 8-12-0. We're 13-5-1. Let's make it 14 here in game number 20. First period against the Kings. There we go. That's what we like to see. Mikko Rantanen, Jonathan Drouin, and Dominic Kubalik on Sergei Bobrovsky. Alexis Lafreniere gets one on Grubauer. Second period, 3-2 as DeBrincat scores. We're up by 1, being outshot 23-15. Early power play here in the third period. There we go. Boone Jenner, not on the power play, but Boone Jenner, and then right back. Then a shorthanded goal from Mikko Rantanen less than a minute later. We're up 5-2. LA's defense is trash, man. Even with D'Angelo Vickers. Terrible. And we're going to take it, boys. 5-2 the final. 14 wins in 20 games. 2 goals and an assist for Rantanen. 34 saves from Grubauer. And a goal and an assist for Jonathan Drouin. So through 20 games, we have 14 wins, 5 losses, 1 overtime loss. Let's take a pause now to evaluate ourselves. A first for Travis Hamonic and a fourth. Now I'll pass on that. We'll take a pause to evaluate ourselves. and see what can we be doing better. So through those 20 games, Duke Silver has 20 points. He is a point per game. I'm expecting to have a lot of scoring by committee this year. Rantanen 20, Gensel 19, Drouin 15, Vrana, yes, very nice. Yamamoto up in that top line. He has 1 goal, 10 assists for 11 points. Jeff Carter has 10, Blay 9. I'm a bit surprised that Kubalik on the third line has 5, and Sammy Blay on the fourth line has 9. They both play on the power play. Their plus minus could definitely be better as well. Boone Jenner -4. Jeremy Bracco -8. Yikes. That's really a pit. 85 defensive awareness. Terrible. Maybe I move him to the wing. I don't know. Face-offs. Defense not doing anything too special. -6 from Ryan Murray. Yikes. Could be better. Could definitely be a lot better. How are these face-off percentages going? Jeremy Bracco, he's 42% on face-offs. My goodness, these guys who aren't even centers are better at taking face-offs, even though it's relative since the percentages are a lot less. Yikes. But let's go see the goalies here. Goalies, Bennington's 9-1-1 with 3 shutouts. Why is Grubauer playing so much? 5-4-0. Play Bennington, man. He's a monster, playing very well. So let's see what we can fix up here on the lines. I really don't know why Binnington is not playing as much as he should be. Grubauer's an 84, but that doesn't mean he's not a backup. So Jeremy Bracco, will move him to the wing since Boone Jenner's better on face-offs. Kubalik, I'd like to switch him with Blay, but I'd lose the +3, so I guess I'll keep it. Unfortunately, in this weird coaching system, you need to listen to the pluses. Like, I would love to put Rantanen on the first line, but would I rather have a +3 and a +1 or a +5 and a +3? You got to play with the garbage. You got to just go with it. Ryan Murray's a -6. Klingberg's a -2. But unfortunately, I'd have to put Edmondson on the top pair, which I'm not really keen on doing. But if I put Hamilton with... I could go +5, +1, or +1, +5. Let's try +5, +1. Let's try it out. He'll play like 87 and 95. Hamilton and Murray will play like 85 and 86, and Seider and Ulevy are not doing too badly. No, they can stay as their +3 on the bottom pair. Okay, we'll keep it like that. In the AHL, is everyone smiling down here? Leschyshyn, Peyton Krebs, 6 points. Michael Dalcol, 6 points. Great. Mats Lindback racking them up. Great. All right, so we'll keep them like that going forward. Let me just take a quick glance at the power play and penalty kill. We are 3rd in our division. We have a 30.5% power play, which is great. And our penalty kills at 91.2, which is also very great. Probably puts us best in the NHL, or at least for penalty kill. Yeah, our penalty kill is best in the NHL at 91.2, and our power play is 4th best. So special teams are playing well. Just the plus minuses are a bit scary, in the bottom 6 especially, so hopefully those little changes that I made will make a difference. So let's get another little chunk of simulation. Let's go another 10 games or so. Let's go see the Oilers, who are a very good team. They're only 10-8-1 this season, but last season they were monsters. There we go, nice little streak here. We beat the Coyotes, beat the Sharks, beat the Panthers. Wong and a first for Ghost and JT Miller. Are you serious? That's the word. And you want him back? Go to bed, St. Louis. 4 straight wins, Panthers, Sabres, all right. Then we lose back-to-back, getting shut out by the Leafs, and then losing 5-3 to the Lightning, and then 6-4 to the Devils, then 5-2 to the Predators. So since making those line changes, we went on a 4-game winning streak and a 4-game losing streak. Okay, we're 18-9-1 here up against the 14-10-2 Edmonton Oilers. So here we go. First period, 0-0. Second period, 3-1 Oilers. Cholowski, Besser, and Eichel. That's a killer right there, Besser and Eichel. Why is Grubauer playing so much? Gensel scored 1 power play goal. Barbashev, all right, let's just call it. Oh, we almost came back. Drouin and Boone Jenner. 4-3 loss. If this better be a back-to-back. Oh my good. Oh, it was a back-to-back. But I hate that Grubauer plays so much. I guess it's because of the schedule. But it doesn't make sense that we play against him so much, that we play with him so much. Let's go see Jinkyo Chung and the Colorado Avalanche, another one of the high franchise players. Let's see what they have to tell us. We're on a 6-game losing streak right now, as we finally break it as we beat the Predators 3-2. We're 19-11-1. Dallas Stars have a losing record. But they beat us nonetheless, 3-2. First and Peyton Krebs for Alex Killorn and Chris Russell. You are on some sort of wild hallucination drugs right there. 19-3-1 is our record. Up against the 18-9-6 Colorado Avalanche, we have lost, what, like 8 of our last 9? First period, there we go, Duke Silver and Robin Lehner. Second period, 1-1 as Fisher ties it up. Grubauer's in nets again. I gotta go turn off goalie rotation or something, and then I have to do it every single game myself. 1-1 game here, halfway through the third, being outshot by 6. 1-1. Let's go, boys. Who's gonna have a little magic in their stick to end it off on a high note? Looks like we're headed to overtime, though. We are. Can someone be the hero on Honolulu? On Honolulu specifically. No, so let's go watch the shootout. Here, Ryan Getzlaf, okay, here he comes. Easy poke check again, so it's just going to be back and forth poke checks until someone gets lucky and scores a goal. Here comes Mikko Rantanen and Robin Lehner. What are you doing? This is so hard to watch, but Jonathan Drouin on Lehner. Where did that go? This is hard to watch, man. Why did I come in to watch this? Diamond Head Arena, this volcano's gonna, there we go. This volcano's gonna erupt with all this disgustingness going on. Jake Gensel coming in, he has to score, and he doesn't even come close. So we lose that game, and disgusting fashion. Should never come in and watch a, Grubauer 39 saves. Should never come in and watch a shootout, I forgot. You should never do that, because you'll just be disgusted by EA and its lack of work by making the AI atrocious. But anyways, Diamond Head Arena on top of the dormant volcano on the island of Honolulu. We did not get a victory there as we lose in the shootout. We're 19-13-2 now on the season. As we'll go up and see the Vegas Golden Knights before we take another pause here. We finally get some back-to-back wins against the Canucks and the Oilers, and we lose 6-1 to the Flames, all right, and then a 4-1 loss to the Kings. So let me make sure that Jordan Binnington is in nets, because I do not know why they constantly want to put Philip Grubauer for no reason between the pipes. Finally, Binnington, he's played 22 games, Grubauer's played 18. It's not like they're both 81 overall or something, you want to split it. One guy's an 87, one guy's an 84. Can I please press on this thing? These menus, man, as slow as molasses. Vegas 24-10-4, I think, so first period, this will be a tough one. Second period, 2-1, Moritz Seider and Jake Gensel on Jacob Markstrom. Kirby Dach scores on Grubauer? I put Binnington in nets. Oh my goodness. Jakeem Nordstrom scores on Grubauer. What are you doing in there? Jeff Carter against Vegas. I'm going to say his old team. I thought it was LA, but true, it's Vegas. 3-2 now. Can we hang on to this lead, please? I can't even speak. Phil Kessel ties this game up at 3. Just sim through overtime. Sim through the shootout. Okay, thank goodness. Drouin and Klingberg get us the win in the shootout. What are you doing? Do I have to trade Grubauer or something to make him stop playing? How difficult can it be to say I want the 87 overall to play? I literally went before the game and he was there. 2 first Leschyshyn for Brody and Schwartz. What are you saying? What's going on in this alternate universe, these trade offers? 2 first, Peyton Krebs for Matt Duchene, go to bed. Man, so we're 22-15-2 through the first 39 games of the season. Duke Silver's a point per game, Gensel's 36, Rantanen 35. Yikes, that first line, man, -10, Yamamoto. I guess I'm not going to be able to put him there, I don't think. Jeff Carter, Verana, Sammy Blais, -20. Oh my goodness. I need to stop everything. Hold the phone, stop the presses. Hold on. Yamamoto cannot be on that line any longer. Who can put up here? Dominic Kubalik, is it your lucky day? And why not? It's your lucky day. +5. You can play. No, I need a playmaker here. I need someone who's a playmaker. Whatever. Let's try out Kubalik. Second line. Second line's been okay. +5, +3, +10. Yeah. Third line. Yamamoto can play the third line, I guess. Yeah, let's try that. But Sammy Blais, that's just -20. Are you serious? -21 from Jeremy Bracco. Wow, that is crazy. Yoel Armia, it's your time to shine, my friend. I'm putting you on the fourth line. Can we switch this around? Yamamoto, no, it's not going to do much. Playmaker, Deno's a playmaker, 414, 9 goals, 13 assists, 2 goals, 23 assists. Yikes. This bottom 6 is atrocious, man. Top pair, -8. Man, this guy's a 95 overall. How's he -8? -5, -7, -4. What is going on? Binnington, through 23 games, has a record of 11-8-1 with 3 shutouts and good numbers. But Philip Grubauer, through 19 games, 11-7-1, 9-10. But do I honestly need to trade Grubauer to get him to stop playing? I want you to stop playing, please. I want the better goalie to play. Binnington, I need you to play in games. My goodness. And our special teams are still flying. It's the 5-on-5. Look at this. 28.4% on the power play, 86.7% on the penalty kill. Those are great numbers, man. Let's check the league leaders as well. In the entire NHL, Phil Kessel, 53 points at 34 years old. John Tavares, 53. McDavid, 51. My goodness. Svechnikov, 49. Where are the created players over here? Keenan Johnson, the best created player, point per game at 40 points in 40 games. Duke Silver's right behind him. Massimiliano Bio, Rory Cherry. Oh boy, we just can't get anything. Goalies, who's leading goalies? Some 22 overall, right? 87, Robin Lehner. 84, Marc-Andre Fleury, who has the best numbers as well. Yeah, it's definitely Robin Lehner. 922 save percentage, 2.45 goals against average. Even Darcy Kemper's looking very good. Oh, you just can't. Jake Ottinger, 74 overall, 16, 14, and 4, 3 shutouts, 915 save percentage, 2.69 goals against average. 74 overall. Jake Ottinger. Oh, wow. We live in a crazy world. Anders Nielsen, 927 save percentage. Ilya Samsonov, 88 overall, 898. Nielsen, 927. Ottinger, 915. We live in a twisted world, man, but let's see if those line changes of the first line hopefully can do something. Let's get a few games. Let's get a week or so. Let's go see Carolina. They're 21, or even... Yeah, let's go see Carolina. They're a good team. 21, 14, and 5 is their record. So let's see what we can get going. First game since the line changes. 2-1 overtime win against the Wild. Thank goodness. Lose 5-1 to Boston. Lose 3-2 to Vancouver. Duchesne in a fourth for 2 firsts and 2 prospects. Why would I do that? 2 firsts for Giordano and John Moore. What are these people on? My goodness. So we lose to the Canucks. We beat the Kings. We beat the Sharks 6-2. We're 25, 17, and 2. Can we get 26 here against the Leafs? No, we lose 4-1. So we're 25, 18, and 2. The Hurricanes are 24, 16, and 4. Let's see what we got up against them here. First period, 2-1 lead. Rantanen scores twice. Kadri scores on Binnington, who's finally playing. Second period, 3-1. Duke Silver shorthanded on John Gibson. Funny that he's on Carolina. That's where I traded him to in my Ducks franchise mode. Hat trick for Mikko Rantanen as he gets a power play goal. We're up 4-1, and that'll be it, boys. 5-1 win. Yoel Armia, welcome to the 4th line. He gets a goal, too. Hat-trick for Rantanen. Goal and 3 assists for Silver. 30 saves for Binnington. That is the Honolulu Huskies type of play that we like to see, boys. Beautiful. Let's go see... Wow. This is going to be a couple of hard games right here. Let's go see the Columbus Blue Jackets. I don't want to watch too many games, make the episode too long, but Columbus, they won the President's Trophy last season. Let's go see them. Beat the Oilers 6-4, beat the Bruins 3-2 in a shootout, and we beat the Senators 4-1. Okay. Probably Binnington in nets for that one, so let's see if Grubauer can do it against the Blue Jackets. First period down. Oh, Binnington's in nets. All right, thanks goodness. But Ovechkin does score in the power play against him. Second period, 1-1 as Jakub Vrana ties it up on the power play. Up against Thomas Greiss, the 35-year-old reigning Vezina champion, but Dominik Kubalik on the first line puts us up by 1. 2-1 is the score. Hang on tight. John Tavares ties it up, though. Shots are 32-26 in our favor. Power play here. This would be huge. Power play for the Jackets gives up a power play goal to Alex Nylander. But John Klingberg, our captain, and Moritz Seider. 30 seconds later, we're up 4-3. From down 3-2 to up 4-3, and that's it, boys. We take it against the Blue Jackets. A huge win from a power play goal from our captain. All 3 stars going to Columbus, whatever the biased star maker wants to say, as we win it 4-3. Win number 30 on the season. You absolutely love to see it. Let's simulate. I'm just going to simulate through to the 7th of February, because that's where I'm going to stop, update the scouting, and then we'll also look at the the stats as well. We lose to the Oilers, we beat the Avalanche, we beat the Vegas Golden Knights in a shootout, and we beat the Kings. We have a record of 33, 19, and 2. Big turnaround from last season. I'm going to take a pause to update the scouting, and then we'll look at all the stats. Duke Silver, 62 points in 54 games. So I just sent out the scouts in the February little wave that I'd like to do in the scouting. If you've seen my video on how to maximize your scouting in NHL, I'll put a little card up in the top right corner. But what I realized was I said, okay, I got to go look at the contracts. And now I'm looking and I see I have $21.935 million. I could re-sign Duke Silver for something like 6 or so. He wants it. It would be only for 5 years. Or I could go for the 8-year extension. That would bring him to the age of 29. And I could pay him something around $11 million. It would be $1.5 million or so more than I would have paid him. But he does want the extension, and if I sign him in 5 years to an extension, he's going to definitely want 12, 13 plus. So maybe I pay more now, and it's good in the long run. So I'm going to offer him 8 years, $11 million if he wants it. I'm going to try it out. And then I'm also looking at Phil Danault, who's currently making $5 million. I thought he would cost $5 million or so to continue. He wants 2.9. Only wants 2.9 as my third line center. So I'm very happy to offer him 2 years. He wants extension. So 2 years at 2.650. That would be absolutely wild if I could get him signed back up for that. No one else really wants an extension. Jeremy Bracco here does. 2 years at 0.9. Yeah, I might as well do that as well. And we're good to go. Unsigned rookies, no one's there. Cole Perfetti's up to an 80 overall now. So I'd be tempted to call him up, but I wouldn't want to waste time on his rookie year when it's not time yet or whatever. I don't know how NHL, if they really follow the real rules of the real world where playing certain time burns a year on the contract and etc. But anyways, scouts are sent out, contract extensions have been offered, and we can continue simulating a little bit as we move closer to the deadline. Let's see what they have to say. If Silver costing $11 million and Duke's little trade here, Brassard, okay. And if I get Phil Danault for that cheap contract, Bracco says yes, that's a cheap contract. Coyotes are a terrible team. We lose 3-1 against them. Another not a blockbuster. Duke Silver, 8 years, $11 million, beautiful. And then Phil Danault, wow, that is a cheap contract for an 85 overall. On my third line, that is a bargain and a half. Very happy to have those guys locked up. Duke Silver, it's expensive now, but it'll be worth it in the long run when other franchise players will be making $12, $13 million. Couple of losses there. Beat the Coyotes 6-4. Now we're up against the Red Wings, who are 37, 15, and 5. We're 34, 21, and 2. Last game that we'll simulate before we go close to the deadline here. First period, nothing. Second period, nothing. Third period now, shots 18-14 in our favor. We have an early 5-on-3 power play. One of the best power plays in the NHL. Wow. Both the 5-on-3 and 5-on-4 get killed off by the Red Wings. Still a scoreless draw with about 5 minutes left in this game. Power play for the Red Wings now, which we kill off. Beautiful. And we're going to head to overtime with a 0-0 game on our hands. 30-23 are the shots in the Huskies' favor. And both goalies get shutouts as we head to the shootout, but Detroit wins it. The only goal in the shootout coming from Braden Shen as we lose 1-0. But Kemper and Binnington both get the shutouts. Rantanen gets third star of the game, making 4 hits. And let's go up to the deadline. We'll see if there's any last things we want to do. I'll do my due diligence and go through the trade blocks and all that. But I'm not sure if we'll really do anything. Tanev and a third go to the Rangers for Kalen Addison, a third and a sixth. So a first and a prospect for Trevor Van Riemsdyk and Ilya Mikheyev. What are these blockbusters? Quotations blockbusters. Mike Hoffman, Michael Granlund, and a fifth for a prospect and 2 seconds. Alexandre Fortin is on waivers here, 77 overall, medium top 9. No, I don't need him. Go ahead and decline. My best prospect and 2 first-round picks for 20 games of Chris Letang and JT Miller. Go to bed, St. Louis. Why do you keep offering me this garbage? We lose 4-2 to the Hurricanes. Beat the Islanders 5-3. What? Lose to Montreal 5-2. Cole Perfetti and a second-round pick for 20 games of Johnny Gaudreau and then DeKaiser. No way. It's gonna be a big free agency, man. None of these teams are gonna be able to re-sign their free agents. I think I'll have money on my hands. 4-3 win against the Wings. We're 36, 23, and 3. Because look at this. The guys, let's see, the only big guy expiring is John Klingberg, who's going to cost me about $6 million more than it does now. So that'll leave me with $4 million of extension dollars, but then Jeff Carter's going to be gone. Yoel Armia probably going to be gone or got again for a lot cheaper. Scandella gone at 1.9. Rocco Grimaldi at $2 million is going to be gone. So I still have the money if I want to do a semi-big move, I think. Or I could even make trades. Like a guy, if I want to get a big defenseman, I'll just trade Ryan Murray, who's costing me $5 million. Go do my due diligence through the trade blocks right now. No one really of interest. There's Evander Kane, Max Pacioretty, but most of these contracts are just way too big, or there's too many years left, or no one's really interesting me on the trade block. So right before the deadline, we can just take a quick moment to go through the points one last time before we get the season ended off. 72 points in 62 games for Duke Silver. Rantanen has 61, Gensel has 60, finally back to a plus-minus of 0. Klingberg has 45 points and is a -9. Kailer Yamamoto has 39 points and is a -11, which is pretty scary. Drouin 37, Vrana 34, Carter 32. Kubalik on the top line has 25 points in 62 games, which is a bit scary. Blais -20, which is disgusting. Ryan Murray's a -12, which with his 4-star defending and 88 defensive awareness. Jeremy Bracco has been scratched for a long time. Yoel Armia in 23 games has one goal and a -2 with 2 penalty minutes, playing almost 9 minutes a night. Man. Bennington is 12, 15, and 2 with 4 shutouts, 913 save percentage. Grubauer 15, 8, and 1. We're looking all right. And in the entire NHL, it is John Tavares with 78 points, tied with Svechnikov and Barkov, all with 78 points in 63 games. Duke Silver with 72 is the best created player. He was the last one to get drafted, so I'm happy. The smoothest saxophone player in the NHL. Let's just simulate on to the end of the season now. We've been lucky with no injuries all season, actually, to be honest, which is insane that we haven't had any injuries yet. But besides that, we're just going to keep on going because there's no changes left to do. My scouting is set until May. We beat the Wild. We beat the Stars 8-2. Let's finish the season off strong, boys. Losing overtime to the Lightning, beat the Hawks, beat the Blues, beat the Avalanche, lost to the Senators, lost to the Jets, beat the Sharks, lost to the Canucks, get a shutout victory against the Flames, win 4-3 against the Canadiens. We're looking very good. This season has a possibility of 50 wins. We beat the Stars 6-1, 6-0 shutout loss against the Sharks, beat the Vegas Golden Knights 4-3, beat the Coyotes 3-1, beat the Kings 4-1, 2-1 shootout loss to the Wild. We have clinched a playoff spot, that's for sure. Can we get 2 more wins? What do you say against Calgary? No, we lose 4-1. So our last game of the season up against the 37, 37, and 7 Vancouver Canucks. First period 0-0, second period 3-2, a lot of scoring. Rantanen, Carter, and Rantanen again. Oliver Wahlstrom and Brett Pesce score for the Canucks. We're up 3-2. As we head into the final period of year number 3, Brandon Saad ties the game up with a power play goal. Then we kill off the next power play, a power play of our own, a power play for the Canucks, back and forth in the penalty box. No one scores any more power play goals there. 5 minutes left. Are we headed to overtime to get win number 49? We are. Overtime, nothing solved, so in a shootout we lose 4-3. Marner and Landeskog as Rantanen gets 1 for us. 2 goals and an assist for Rantanen, goal and assist for Jeff Carter as we end off year number 3 with our best record yet, going 48, 28, and 6 to finish second in the division, right behind the Sharks and the Golden Knights. So we finished second in our division, right behind the San Jose Sharks in the entire NHL. We were the 4th best team this season. Wow, that is very nice to see. Very nice. Our power play was 30.1%. which makes us second best in the NHL, and our penalty kill of 85% makes us second best in the NHL. So I will definitely take that. Good record for Honolulu, boys. Looking very nice. In the points, Duke Silver up to a 93 overall. He scored 97 points and 53 goals. Career high in goals and points for Duke Silver. Rantanen scores 80 points in 82 games. Gensel 78. Klingberg 68. Yamamoto 51. Yeah. Crazy that Duke Silver also got 40 power play points out of 97. Negative 14 could have been better. Drouin 43, that definitely could have been better. Vrana, again, definitely could have been better. Jeff Carter 40 points. Kubalik 36. Sammy Blais, terrible plus minus. Ryan Murray was a very big disappointment this season, probably a candidate to be traded next year. Armia scored 6 points in 43 games. In net, Jordan Binnington went 29, 17, and 5 with 4 shutouts. Grubauer 19, 11, and 1 with 1 shutout. They had the same save percentage of .914. Binnington 2.73 goals against average. Grubauer 2.94. In the entire NHL, Phil Kessel, Connor McDavid, and Alexander Barkov, a 3-way tie for the Art Ross, getting 100 points apiece. Duke Silver right there with 97. Did he win the Rocket, Duke Silver? No, Massimiliano Bio with 61 goals, 87 points. I hate that creative players don't get any assists, but that's the way the news goes, I guess. Lindholm, Eichel, Draisaitl, Crosby, all the boys that you would expect to see. Not a lot of creative players. Here's Mikey Bruno, 78-point season from him, going 39 and 39. Rory Cherry going 46 and 29 for 75 points. Keenan Johnson, 73 points. Johnny Beats, 72 points. All right, so they're around the high 60s, low 70s range. A lot of the creative players. Derek Mongo, 67 points from him. Alexander Wenberg, 67 points. Okay. For all defensemen in the NHL, it was Aaron Ekblad with 83 points leading the way, while 73 assists from him. That's wild. Klingberg is tied for third with 68. Jinkyo Chong scored 60 points, the high franchise defenseman. Any other defensemen out here created? D'Angelo Vickers scored 47 points, was a -9, probably his best season yet. Ellis Anderson scored 45 points, 15 goals, and 30 assists. Alessandro Girante, 31 points, -15. Roderick Cornell scored 28 points with 12 goals and 16 assists. Where's Jeremiah Gupta? Jeremiah Gupta, here he is. 13 goals, 7 assists, 20 points with a -4. For goalies in the NHL, Carter Hart had 40 wins to lead the way. That's more realistic. Thomas Greiss once again getting a crazy 30-plus win season. Sandro Tommy, 36 wins and 10 shutouts. He could win the Vezina. Jake Ottinger, 74 overall, goes 36, 25, and 9 with 7 shutouts. Yeah, that makes total sense. Eddie Fontaine, 31, 23, and 9 with 3 shutouts. For rookie skaters in the NHL, it was Pavel Grebeshkov, who was the 6th overall pick in 2020, scoring 57 points. He'll probably win the... Oh no, it could be Ottinger who wins the Calder with all those wins, but we'll see what happens. Those are all the points in the NHL. In the AHL, the Shizen scored 49, so did the Alvins. They both scored 49 points in 64 games. He's up to an 80 overall. Goldobin, 48. Dalcol, 46. Peyton Krebs up to a 77 overall. How about our defensemen down here? Kovalev, 30 points, up to a 78. And Lindback, 26 points, also still at a 78. Hunter Jones, 16, 12, and 2, up to a 73. Cal Peterson, great record. Not good numbers, but great record. As we are currently at 37, 18, and 9. Tough games coming up. Back-to-backs, and then another back-to-back right there. Yikes. That totally makes 0 sense. 4 games in 4 days. What else can we cover here at the end of this video here? Medium franchise prospects going to go first overall. Markku Kerman from the SHL, a medium franchise offensive defenseman similar to PK Subban. My goodness, that's going to be crazy. We're picking somewhere near the bottom, of course, somewhere around here. So, yikes, yeah, nothing too crazy. A lot of different nationalities in the top, in the first round here. Finland, Canada, US, Russia, Germany, Estonia, I believe, Switzerland, what is it, the Czech Republic, Denmark, Sweden. Is this Latvia? No, it's not Latvia. Oh no, this is Denmark. This is Norway. I think, was I always mixing that up? I think maybe Pedro Pacioretty in my last franchise mode was Norwegian and not Danish, but whatever. More Germany, Czech, Finland, Hungary. My goodness. Belarus. A lot of nationalities here in the top prospects of this next draft. This is Poland. Okay, thank you FIFA for giving me all my flag knowledge. And that's going to be it for this one, boys. So the prospects are growing well. Perfetti, Wong, we'll take a look at them. Why not look at them now? Cole Perfetti is up to an 80-some overall. Probably just at an 80, yeah, 80. So he has 33 goals and 46 assists for 79 points in 50 games in the OHL. And Trevor Wong, I don't think he's grown much. He is still at a 7. He's at a 77 now. And in 54 games, he has 87 points in the WHL. So whether I use him or not, or just as a trade chip or whatever, very happy to have been able to get him. We're looking good, boys, heading into this first playoff run. Our first game of our second ever playoff series is going to be up against the Vegas Golden Knights. So Vegas had a record of 46, 27, and 9. We just had a couple more wins than them. It's going to be a good matchup here in our second ever playoff series in our third ever season. Who is on Vegas? We have Huberdeau, Sagan, and Kessel. So Kessel, who scored 100 points in the season, Tyler Sagan, who scored 95 points on the season, and Jonathan Huberdeau, who scored 91 points on the season. Probably the best line in the NHL right here. Tuck, Strome, Duclair, bottom six isn't that great, but wow, that first line is absolutely deadly. Sergachev and Trouba, their top defensive pair. After that goes off a little bit. Goligoski's there. And in nets they have Thatcher Demko and Jacob Markstrom. So that is definitely a team to be afraid of. There's been matchups in the past where I look at the lines and I say, okay, this is doable. And yeah, it's still doable. But that is a scary, scary matchup against the Vegas Golden Knights. So let me know your thoughts heading into the next episode. Anything to do with the lines, with matchups, with who do you think should be moved up, who do you think should be moved down, who do you think might be maybe traded next season, maybe like Ryan Murray, but that's more for the episode after that. Bennington, all those good stuff. Should I call up anybody to play like Leschyshyn or even Cole Perfetti for the playoffs? Should I do something like that? Should I offer any more contract extensions before the season ends? John Klingberg still wants around that $10 million range. And well, actually he wants 10.5 and I have $10.1 million remaining of my extension dollars. So yeah, I'm gonna have to probably wait until the off season when I can release people and see how much money I really have left and make trades. Probably trade Ryan Murray at the draft now, guaranteed. But I think that's going to be it for this one, boys. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions, of course, put them in the comments. Try my best to incorporate them. If you're new to the channel, then go ahead and subscribe as I'm putting out daily NHL and FIFA content. I'm really focusing on the Honolulu Huskies franchise mode right now, trying to pump out at least 4 or 5 episodes a week. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.